Hello everyone and welcome back to APWC. In this video, I will be explaining the 2018 Korean film Burning. This movie has three central characters, Jong-soo, hae-mi and Ben. Burning essentially poses questions but doesn't really go around answering them in a structured or orderly manner. It has no definitive truth, only different narratives. So we will discuss each element accordingly and then try to conclude it. So without wasting any time, let's begin. Jong-soo comes to the airport to pick hae-mi, who is returning from Africa, and she is accompanied by Ben. We see Ben is rich, and there is no clue as to what he does for a living.
그냥 이것저것 해요. 얘기해도 잘 모르실 건데 간단히 말하면 그냥 노는 거예요. 요즘은 노는 것과 일하는 게 구분이 없어졌거든요.
He drives a Porsche and lives in a really expensive apartment. There is no clear picture as to how Ben is rich, and this becomes the focal point of Jong-soo's suspicion. I do have a theory regarding that which I will reveal in the greenhouse burning segment, so stay tuned. We see a sinister and eerily calming side of Ben. It's like he never gets angry, confused or displays any emotions in general.
왜냐면 난 눈물을 흘리고 울어본 적이 없거든. 아주 어렸을 땐 그랬을 텐데 내 기억 속에서는 난 눈물을 흘려본 적이 없어요.
He seems to be smiling at all times as if he has achieved nirvana. We see him go into the church, spending time with people, presumably his family, and also see him indulge in debauchery occasionally. Hedonism and Catholicism are ideological opposites, but human beings are hypocrites, which we cannot deny, and Ben proves that point. For the entire duration of the film, Jong-soo has not seen hae-mi's cat, but goes and feeds her when hae-mi is in Africa. Although he is quite skeptical as he has not seen the cat, but still finds the cat's feces in the sandbox. Later on in the film, when Jong-soo visits Ben's apartment, he sees a stray cat, which was not there the first time he visited Ben's apartment with hae-mi. Also, once the cat goes out of the house, Jong-soo calls the cat's name Boil, and the cat comes rushing towards him. Now, is that a coincidence? Well, this is a play on Schrodinger's cat. Alive or dead, Boil does exist, irrespective of whether Jong-soo has seen it or not. But whether the cat at Ben's apartment was Boil or not is again left to viewer perception. Hae-mi tells both Jong-soo and Ben that when she was 6 years old, she had accidentally fallen in a well, and it was Jong-soo who had heard her crying and called for help. Jong-soo visits hae-mi's mother and sister, who have no idea about such an incident and also are 100% sure that there was no well nearby their house. He also visits the property shortly after and asks the new property owner if there was a well, to which he says no. But when Jong-soo asks his estranged mother, she reveals that there was a well which got dried up, but has no idea about the incident.
하루가 거기 빠진 적 있다던데.
그건 모르겠고 우물은 있었어.
Now, does the well exist? Did hae-mi actually fall into that well? Or was it a made-up story? This question is again left unanswered as we don't really see a well. This is the final nail in the story, which was metaphoric. But it took me some time to understand. When Ben says that he burns greenhouses for fun and he is going to burn another one soon, very close to Jong-soo's place.
이제 비닐하우스들 잘 살펴봐야겠네요.
그러세요? 아주 가까운 데 있는 거.
Jong-soo visits each and every greenhouse in his vicinity and finds that not even a single greenhouse is burned. Now, what are greenhouses? Greenhouses in Korea are low-tech plastic greenhouses mainly for growing watermelons, strawberries, cucumbers and pumpkin. Now here is the twist.
그때 왔다 가신 후로 제가 매일 아침마다 확인했었거든요. 우리 집 주변에 비닐하우스는 다 다니면서 확인했는데 정말 큰 게 있었으면 제가 못 봤을 리가 없는데.
그래도 놓치셨네. 그럴 수 있죠. 너무 가까워서 놓쳤을 거예요.
Jong-soo gets a call from hae-mi which gets cut abruptly and her number becomes unreachable. He visits her place and finds it in spick and span condition, which was never like that even when she wasn't around. Also, the cat is missing, which he hasn't seen but later feels that the same cat is at Ben's place. Although Jong-soo is suspicious, it makes him really uncomfortable to understand what it was that led to hae-mi leaving without even informing him. The only problem is when Jong-soo finds the pink watch in Ben's washroom which he had given to hae-mi in the initial few minutes of the film, but didn't exist there the last time he had visited Ben. And that's when it hits him. The burning of greenhouses is a metaphor to the victims Ben has murdered and burned. And the woman's jewelry in Ben's washroom is an ideal example of how someone finds it fun to keep trophies of their victims. Who knows, maybe Ben even sold their organs or body parts, which also explains why he's rich. Now this is just a theory, but it cannot be discarded as there is nothing with respect to this that has been shown. As a fact, we also see that Jong-soo finds a strange makeup kit in Ben's washroom, which is pretty questionable. And as soon as hae-mi goes missing, Ben finds a new girl who has somewhat similar characteristic traits to that of hae-mi. Also, this one line is only said by someone when they are highly inebriated, hurt or about to die.
나한테 그랬어요. 이 세상에서 자기가 믿는 하나밖에 없는 사람이라고. 언제나 자기 편이 돼줄 사람이라고.
In the end, we see that Ben comes and meets Jong-soo, who is claiming that he is with hae-mi. Jong-soo stabs Ben and then puts Ben in his Porsche, gets naked, throws away all his clothes inside the car and burns it up. The poetic justice of burning is showcased here. Jong-soo does all of this on the collection of hints and proofs that he has found, but not strong enough to act as evidence. The hints throughout the film are not clues, and we see the film through the protagonist, that is, Jong-soo's point of view. The entire narrative is male-dominated and we believe what Jong-soo finds, but never actually see Ben doing anything that proves that he is actually a murderer. This movie is difficult to watch because it is slow-paced and doesn't really provide answers in a straightforward way, especially if you don't pay attention. The integral part of this film does deal with disappearance and possible murder, but at its core, it deals with poverty, class disparity, misogyny, jealousy, and touches a lot more topics with subtlety. That's it for this video, guys. Comment down your thoughts on Burning, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Feel free to comment if there is any other movie that you would like to be explained. And if you have reached till here, then do subscribe. Until next time, bye.